Hello, this is Jason with NWFA. I'm one of the regional instructors. Today I'm going to show you how to make a track saw with using a standard skill saw and a scrap piece of plywood. And you can do this at any of your job sites. This size would be a great one to keep in your truck for cutting doors. You can make them longer for cutting out borders and use an 8-foot sheet, and they really don't cost virtually anything. And if they get beat up, you can create a new one. The only thing I will say is that this track will be fit to the particular saw you use for the final cut, and I'll show you that. Only because the distance from where we're going to run against our edge is going to be consistent with that saw and that blade. So changing up to buying a different brand of blades or a different kerf on that blade is going to change your zero cut edge. So all I've done here is I've snapped a line across here just as a reference point. This does not have to be straight, but I do have one good factory edge here, which is the one I'm going to utilize. So this one, I'm just simply cutting it off. So I have a piece here. All right, so now that we've cut this straight edge, we've got our factory edge here. We place that on the board, and I'm gonna put some screws in place to hold it together. If you were wanting to keep this for multiple projects, then I would probably put some adhesive, some white glue in there, just to hold it more solid. This would be a great size piece for just for cutting doors. But if you had an entire room you needed to cut a straight edge along, you could do that. Along the back of some of the pieces that will, if my guys are using a straight edge for cutting along walls, we'll oftentimes put sticky tape on the back. You can put it just along this edge, or even a little bit of sandpaper on an unfinished floor just to hold it in place. Now all we're going to do is I'm going to set the depth of my saw. I only want to cut through this top piece here, and I'm going to run this edge of my skill saw along this factory edge, and that should create a zero edge on my piece of wood. So now this can be my straight edge. I can line it up on anything straight that I want to cut, and my blade will cut along this edge here, as long as the foot of my saw rides along that edge here. And that's it. There's a scrap piece of wood, DIY, pretty easy. Take care, guys.